from earth. I come from life, I come from rebirth. I lift my eyes up to the sun. Where on earth will my help come from? Come from heaven, come from earth. Come from death, or come from rebirth. Now, to the ground, so back down from your frown. Listen for the sound. If you're lost, stay put. Just wait to be found. Plant yourself down. And if you fall, get up, cause you're not that far gone. There's a new light about to shine into Zion. If you made it this far, you can push through to dawn. Come on, come on, come on, come on. I lift my eyes to my surprise, beneath the lies, I can rise and you can rise. I lift my eyes to my surprise, beneath the lies, I can rise and you can rise. I can rise, you can rise. I can rise and you can rise. I can rise and you can rise. We can rise, we can rise, we can rise. Whoa,
Good morning, Shabbat Shalom. We are so glad to be with you this morning from the Beit HaTefillah, Temple Emanuel of South Hills. We welcome you all as we join together in song and in prayer.
Hine ma tov u'manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov u'manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov, shevet achim gam yachad.
Good morning to the Meyer family, Joy and Emily and Eli. Good morning, Boker Tov, to all who are joining us as we begin our service on page 76, giving thanks for our human bodies. Praise to you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, who formed the human body with skill, creating the body's many pathways and openings. It is well known before your throne of glory that if one of them be wrongly opened or closed, it would be impossible to endure and stand before you. Blessed are you, Adonai, who heals all flesh, working wondrously. Baruch atah Adonai, rofeh chol basar, umafli la'asot. And on page 78.
Elohai neshama shenatata bi tehorahi. Elohai neshama shenatata bi tehorahi. Elohai neshama shenatata bi
We continue now, pages 80 and following, Nisim B'chol Yom, the blessings for the miracles we experience each and every day. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who has given the mind the ability to distinguish day from night. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who opens the eyes of the blind. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who frees the captive. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who lifts up the fallen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who stretches the earth over the waters. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who strengthens our steps. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who clothes the naked. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who gives strength to the weary. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who removes sleep from the eyes, slumber from the eyelids. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who made me in the image of God. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who has made me free. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who has made me a Jew. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who girds Israel with strength. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who crowns Israel with splendor. We continue now on page 94 with the start of Pesuk He de Zimra, our verses of psalm and song, beginning with Baruch She'amar.
Baruch She'amar v'haya ha'olam, Baruch hu oseh v'reishit, Baruch omer ve'oseh, Baruch gozer u'mekayem, Baruch merachem al haaretz, Baruch merachem al habriot, Baruch meshalem sachar tov lire'av, Baruch chai la'ad, v'kayam lanetzach, Baruch bodeh u'matzil, Baruch Shemo. Bishvachot u'bizmerot megadelcha u'nshebechcha u'nfecha, v'nazkir shimcha v'namlechecha malkeinu Eloheinu, Yachid chei ha'olamim, melech meshubach mufoar, adei ad shemo hagadol, Baruch atah Adonai, melech mehulal batishbachot.
Shabbat Shalom, Catherine and Edith and Arlene and all who are joining us this morning. Happy are those who dwell in your house, they forever praise you. Happy the people who have it so. Happy the people whose God is Adonai. We express that sense of joy, that happiness with words of Psalm 150, praising God with musical instrument, with our voice, with all we have on page 100 in our prayer books.
Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Kol hanshama tehallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah.
continue now with Chatzi Kaddish as we prepare for the central portion of our worship. This prayer can be found on page 106.
Yitgadal v'yitkadash Shemei Rabba.
Amen.
Ve'alma difrach Yerutei ve'amlich malchutei. B'chayechon u'yomechon u'chayei dechol Beit Yisrael. Ba'agala u'vizman kariv v'himeru. Amen. Yehei Shmei Rabba mevarach ve'alam ulam me'almaya yitbarach. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitba'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yithadar v'yitaleh v'yithalal Shemei Dikudesha B'richu Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata dam hiron be'alma v'himeru. Amen.
Page 108, our Baruch Hu, praise.
Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Le'olam Va'ed.
On page 110, Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Yotzer or uvorei choshech osei shalom uvorei et hakol Hameir la'aretz v'ladarim alecha barachamim uvtuvo mechadesh b'chol yom tamid ma'aseh v'reshit ma rabu ma'asecha Adonai kulam b'chochma asita mal'a ha'aretz kinyanecha titbarach Adonai Eloheinu al shevach ma'aseh yadecha ve'al me'orei or sha'asita yafarucha selah Or chadash al Zion ta'ir, v'nizkeh chulanu mehera le'oro, Baruch atah Adonai, Yotzer ha'ne'orot. We continue on pages 114 and 115, Shema Yisrael, the watchwords of our faith.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Baruch Shem Kivod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed. Ve'avta et Adonai Elohecha v'chol vavcha v'chol nafshecha v'chol me'odecha v'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam B'shivtecha b'veitecha u'v'lechtecha v'derech u'v'shochbecha u'v'kumecha u'kshartam leot al yadecha v'hayu letodafot bein einecha u'chtavtam al mezuzot beitecha u'v'yisharecha leman tizkeru v'asitem et kol mitzvotai V'yitem kiddushim le'Elohechem, Ani Adonai Elohechem, Asher hotzeiti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim, V'yot lachem Elohim, Ani Adonai Elohechem.
Our Michamocha praise, our prayer of freedom, can be found in our prayer books on page 122.
Mi kamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh. Nora tehilot o sefele, nora tehilot o sefele. Shira chadasha, shibchu geulim l'shimcha, al sfat hayam, yachad kulam hodu, v'himlichu ve'ameru. Adonai himloch, Adonai himloch, le'olam va'ed. Tzur Yisrael, kuma bezrat Yisrael, uv'dechinu mecha, Yehuda ve'Yisrael. Go'alenu Adonai tziva'ot shemo, Kedosh Yisrael. Baruch atah Adonai, Ga'al Yisrael.
We're so glad to have you with us on this chilly Pittsburgh day. You can likely see the snow not falling, but being driven sideways behind student Cantor Sierra Fox as she leads us in prayer this morning, looking out her window even more than looking out mine. I hope that you are safe. I hope that you are warm. I hope you are hunkered in on this Shabbat morning as we continue on page 124 with the Amidah.
Adonai sifatai tiftach ufi yagid tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu v'Elohei avoteinu v'imotenu. Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah. Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, V'Konei Hakol. V'zocher chasdei avot v'imachot, u'mevii gula livnei v'neihem, למען שמו באהבה, מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן. ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם בעזרת שרה. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, בחיי הכל אתה רב להושיע. משיב הרוח ומוריד הגשם, מכלכל חיים בחסד, בחיי הכל ברחמים רבים, צומח נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר. מי כמוך בעל גבורות ומידו מלך, מלך ממית ומחיה ומצמיח ישועה, ונאמן אתה לחיות הכל. ברוך אתה אדוני בחיי הכל. נקדש את שמך בעולם, כשם שמקדישים אותו בשמי מרום, ככתוב על יד נביאך, וקרא זה זה ואמר, קדוש קדוש קדוש, אדוני צבאות, מלוא כל הארץ כבודו. אדיר אדירנו אדוני, אדוננו מאדיר שמך בכל הארץ. ברוך כבוד אדוני ממקומו. אחד הוא אלוהינו, hu Avinu, hu Malkeinu, hu Moshienu, vehu Yashmienu, verachamav le'nei kol chai. Ani Adonai Elohechem, Yimloch Adonai le'olam, Elohai Tzion, Ledor vador, Hallelujah. Ledor vador nagid kod lecha, ulenetzach netzachim kedushatcha nagdish, v'shivchacha Eloheinu mepinu lo yamush, le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai, Ha'el HaKadosh.
On page 132 in our prayer book, we find words taken from this week's Torah portion, Ki Tisa. On the bottom of the page, we find what we now know as the prayer Vishamru, that we'll first hear in beautiful melody and then see in our chanted Torah portion this Shabbat. These words reminding us to not only keep, but to do Shabbat. It's a concept we will study immediately following our service on Zoom. We continue page 132.
Vishamru v'nei Yisrael et HaShabbat la'asod et HaShabbat
The blessing before the chanting of Torah found on page 250. Baruch hu et Adonai hamvarach.
Baruch Adonai hamvorach le'olam va'ed.
Baruch Adonai hamvarach le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. Asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten ha'torah.
Amen.
Vayomer Adonai el Moshe lemor, ve'ata daber el bnei Yisrael lemor, ach et shabtotai tishmoru, ki oti beini uveinechem ledorotechem ladat, ki ani Adonai mekadishchem. Ushmartem et hashabat ki kodesh hi lachem mehalaleha me'o yumat ki kol ha'oseva malacha v'nichreta hanefesh hahi mikerav ameha sheshet yamim ya'aseh melacha
Uvayom hashvi'i Shabbat, Shabbaton, Kodesh Ladonai, Kol ha'oseh melacha, Bayom HaShabbat Mot Yumad. V'shamru v'nei Yisrael et HaShabbat, Lasot et HaShabbat, L'dorotam Brit Olam, Beini uvein b'nei Yisrael, Ot hi leolam, Ki sheshet yamim masa Adonai et hashamayim v'et haaretz, Uvayom hashvi'i Shabbat vayinafash, Vayitain el Moshe kechaloto ledaber ito bahar Sinai, Shnei luchot ha'edut luchot even ketuvim betzba Elohim.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torat emet v'chayei olam nata b'tochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
The bottom of page 282, we continue with Aleinu l'shabeach.
Aleinu l'shabeach l'Adon hakol, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, לגור עלינו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר, והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו
In preparation for our Kaddish prayer, we remember those who have gone before us. And this weekend, we think of one who has been taken particularly from our ECDC community and from her generation of students, Joanne Jackson, as well as those for whom we are in a period of Shiva, Francis Levin and Phyllis Ross, Shloshim, Michael E. Kelly and Malvina Mal Levy, and whose yahrzeit occurs this Shabbat, Murray Baidoff, Lillian Benson, Donald Burnson, Rebecca Betty Bleiberg, Ida Bogash, Victor Kaplan, Max R. Cohen, Harry Cooper, Sandra K. Crouch, Francis Rep. Doherty, Emily Levy Davis, Milton L. Fireman, Myrtle Gerhart, Howard Gold, Dina Goldstein, Walter Goodman, Stanley S. Gorin, Esther Gordon, David Herman, Harry Calais, Tella Kingley, Jesse Koidanov, Jordan Kolenda, Seymour Chaz Langerman, Ruben Lebovitz, Joseph Levine, Alan M. Levy, Frank Lovner, Solomon Maislish, Rose Mandel, Rosalind Marcus, Sylvia Meyer, Jay Miller, Anna Myers, Leanna Pardo, Betty Perlman, Roberta Bobby Popkin, Saul Rosenberg, Esther Gordon Schneider, Eunice Scott, Bessie Siegel, Bessie Sivitz, Kenneth Sivitz, Anne Greenberg Spolter, Gloria Taylor, Saul Tobias, Blanche Weiss, S. Eugene Weiss, Linda Ray Zahalski, and May Zoffer. To their name, we add the names of loved ones we are thinking of or whom I may have inadvertently mispronounced. Yehei zichronam livracha, may their memory be for us an everlasting blessing, as we continue together with words of Kaddish Yatom, our mourner's Kaddish, on page 294. Yit Gadal v'yit Kadash Shemei Rabbah, Be'alma divrach hirute v'yamlich malchute. B'chayechon uvyomechon uchaye decho Beit Yisrael. Ba'gala v'zman kariv v'imru. Amen. Yehe shemei rabba mevarach le'olam olamei amaya. Yit barach v'yishtabach v'yit ba'ar v'yit ramam v'yit naseh. V'yit hadar v'yit alev v'yit halal shemei dekudja barich hu. Le'elam min kol birchata v'shirata. Tush bechata v'nechamata. Damiran ba'alma v'imru. Amen. Yehe shalama rabba min shemaya. V'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael. V'imru. Amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav. Hu ya'aseh shalom. Aleinu v'al kol Yisrael. V'imru. Amen. May God, who makes peace in the highest of heavens, make peace for us and for all who mourn. And together we say, Amen. Shabbat Shalom.